Hey guys, what's up, it's Cyphlin here, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how to kill an Orb Mother in Warframe. Now, the Orb Mother was added into the game just a couple of days ago, and before you can actually fight it, you have to become the old mate rank with the Solaris United. So to increase this standing, you have to do bounties, you got to do hunting, fishing, mining, all of that jazz. Just get yourself to old mate rank with Solaris United. Once that's done, you're going to be able to run over here. So if you go to the big elevator in Fortuna, while you're coming out of it, if you go to the right, this little room over here is the Quills room. And what you're going to have to do is talk to them when they're standing at this desk, right? So they're going to go through a little bit of dialogue, and they're going to make you go through these different missions. If you select Profit Taker, you got to do the first three, and then the fourth one is the actual Profit Taker fight itself, or the Orb Mother, right? So going into this fight, it's extremely easy. Just bring a Chroma with the likes of a Rubico, a Kit Gun, a, a gun blade, and also your heavy weapon. So the heavy weapon is the Arcwing weapon. So if we go into our inventory real fast, go to equipment, go to arsenal, and then we go down to select mode, go to vehicles. What's going to happen is you're going to be gifted this new thing. If we go to a heavy weapon that I haven't installed it on, so let's say for example the Grattler, we go to upgrade, we go to actions, you can see that we can install a Gravity Mag, and you're going to get one of these upon your first time completing one of the first 3 bounties, right? So you're going to be able to equip this to an Arcwing weapon, which is going to allow you to equip it into your heavy weapon slot, right? So the Velocitus is actually going to allow you to one-shot limbs, so a lot of people are running that at the minute for speedrunning it. The Imperator Vandal is my personal favorite because it just lets you shred them down. It's a lot more fun, in my opinion, to shred them down rather than having the Velocitus just one shot. So realistically, I feel like any of these heavy weapons will be fine in the fight, but it's kind of down to you to choose your personal favorite and then do whatever. This one's got a little bit of a short range, so maybe don't choose to fluck this, but the rest should be okay. The Grattler has stealth damage, but the rest I haven't really tried out. This one is probably really short range as well, and maybe this one has a little bit too low damage. So it's up to you to experiment and find out which heavy weapon is for you, because like realistically, they all do pretty well, right? So I'm going to be using the Imperator Vandal in today's video because it's the one that I find the most fun, and this is the mod setup that I have on it. Now, with the orb fight, it's important that you have a bunch of different elements on all of your weapons, and because you're going to be using your heavy weapon as the weapon that's going to be dealing damage to the Orb Mother's armor, you want to have radiation and cold damage on it. So you get 75% bonus damage from your radiation, and then you get 25% from the cold. That's why you're modding for that, but you have to kind of swap between these different elemental and physical damage types to destroy the Orb Mother's shield, right? And that'll become apparent whenever we jump into the fight. So impact, puncture, and slash do play a role in this fight, so it's important to have the likes of a sniper that has impact, puncture, and slash, right? So that's why we're not using the Lanka. If we were just focusing on one damage type, such as radiation, for example, then we would be using the Lanka, but because we're not using that to destroy limbs, then, you know, we're going to be using the Rubico to take down that shield. So on my Rubico, you'll see I've got impact, puncture, slash, important, but then I have corrosive and fire. So getting as many different damage types into your loadout as possible is very, very important. So corrosive and fire on this. Then in my secondary, I'm using I believe this is the Catchman barrel. Let's just go ahead and double, Catchman chamber, sorry. The Catchman chamber, and that's because that gives me heat damage, and that heat damage base lets me build for blast damage, right? So I have blast and electric, plus impact as well, but that doesn't really matter too much. And then in my Redeemer, I've got gas and magnetic, right? So I've got fire damage for the single elements. I have fire damage on this. I've got electric damage on my secondary, and then on my Imperator Vandal, I've got cold damage, right? So the only one that I'm missing is Toxin. And then whenever it comes to the elemental combos, I've got corrosive on my Rubico, I've got blast on my secondary, I've got gas and magnetic on my Redeemer, and then I've got radiation on my Imperator Vandal. So the only one that I'm missing is viral, right? Now that's not that big of a deal because we can cycle the elements that the Orb Mother shield needs with our amp, right? So just use any amp at all, and you just go into your operator, shoot the shield, and then it's going to cycle through the elements, so it'll be something different opposed to the one that you don't have. If you're in a group, of course, this isn't that big of an issue because you just have everybody running different elements. That's totally fine. As for your operator, like what you should be running on it, I'm running Madarai just for the bonus damage. You could run Vazrin for the healing. You could run Zeneric for the energy. You could run Yunari for the armor. It's really down to you. There's a lot of versatility in what you can choose with your operator this time around, which is a good thing in my opinion, but there's not that much of a need to use your operator that much, if you get what I mean. So let's jump into the Chroma build. I would recommend having the likes of Handspring or Prime Surefooted, and other than that, you just build Chroma the same way that you would usually build them. Have as much power strength as possible, have as much duration as possible. Doesn't really matter too much about efficiency. Range is nice to have, but you definitely don't need it, especially if you're playing solo, right? So this is just the build that I threw together. You don't necessarily have to copy this. Just put that strength stat up as high as possible and put that duration stat up as high as possible, and then you're good to go. And then obviously have Umbral Vitality on as well, because that's going to be important. Crucible Projection, I'm not too sure if it works versus the Orb Mother. I'm pretty sure it does, but don't quote me on that. But even at that, it's not necessary because you can do this fight extremely fast solo. You're going to see that, which is why I'm doing this live opposed to having like pre-recording and stuff like that, because we're just going to jump in and do the fight here and now. And then the only other thing that I could really recommend whenever it comes to this fight is if you go into your operator and then equip Magus Elevate, or 2 sets of it, right? You can get Magus Elevate from Unko. It's pretty expensive to build, but on transference in, 30% chance to restore 50 health to Warframe whenever it's unranked. But then at max rank, 75% chance to restore 200 health to Warframe. So you have 2 of these equipped. You're basically getting 200 health every time you go in and out of your operator. And you're going to need it to dash around in this fight. It's 110% necessary in my opinion. So it's just going to heal up your Warframe, which is what you're going to be in most of the time anyway. So other than that, there's nothing really else I can recommend other than make sure that you're building the right stuff. So on your Imperator Vandal, build for damage and crit. On your Rivico, build for damage and crit. On your Catchman, build for damage and crit. And then on your Redeemer, it doesn't really matter too much to stack up that damage as much as possible. I didn't even start the fight. Good job, me. So let's go ahead and jump in. Whoops. Okay. That was strange. Talk to Yuriko. Go for the dialogue again. And then we're going to choose the Prophet Taker. Here we go. This timer's going to go down. There's going to be a small cutscene. Just skip your way through it by left clicking. Go outside. Go back into the elevator. Also make sure to have the Itzel equipped just so you can get to the Orb Mother a lot faster. And then you can use the free to suck up the rewards as well. I'm not using a Kavat for this fight because I noticed that my Kavats died a fuck ton, so didn't want to do that. Get on my Itzel, teleport my way over, spawned over there. We're gonna jump in front of him, okay, and then look at the element that he has. So right now it's fire, so I'm gonna use the weapon that I have corrosive and fire on to shoot him. Gonna make sure that my third ability and my chroma's up, like so, and we're just gonna like shoot him. Gas damage, I have that on my Redeemer, so I'm just gonna go ahead and shoot at him with that. Of course, making sure not to die. He's gonna put out those little shields, and that's gonna like knock you back a little bit. Not that big of an issue. Just dash around in transference to heal yourself a little bit whenever that does happen. We got corrosive or radiation and cold on my Imperator Vandal, so I'm gonna swap to that. I do have that in my gear wheel, so that's how you equip that. I've got that bound to my insert key, so I can just bring that out whenever I want to. So, check this out. There we go. We're just going to shoot at him, like so. It's going to swap impact damage, so we can just keep on shooting. Or I can swap to my Rivico. We got slash damage, just going to keep on shooting again. Should be good to go. Going to hit my second ability. Go into my operator, get a little bit of my health back. Keep on firing. His shield's down, and now we're on to a limb stage. We shoot at his 4 legs, right? So, operator, to avoid those shields. Go to the limbs again. Just destroy them. And now we're on the main body stage. Just shoot that. Now what he's going to do is he's going to let out these little pylons. We have to go to those and destroy those. So, like so. That one's up there. So you definitely 110% need to have your operator so you can travel around here really, really easily. Otherwise, you're going to be stuck using Arcwing and the likes to get around, which is a little bit more difficult because the animation you have to get into. So, meh. But now, we're back to a damage phase again. We can destroy his legs, like so. And now we're back to damaging his body. There you go. And now he's got his shield back, so he's got magnetic damage. I'm just going to go ahead and put my Arcwing thing away. Arcwing gun. And I'm going to use my Redeemer to deal that magnetic damage. Or I could swap it, so... Actually, I'm not going to swap it in case I do get an element that I need to swap, but... The swapping mechanic of taking away whatever it is that he has up in terms of the element that you need to use... It has a cooldown to it, so don't just try to swap the element all willy-nilly. So there's the viral. We just shoot him. There you go. Now he's changed up the blast damage. So yeah, just use your amp to swap it whenever you need. So not swapping it was a good call. So now he's on electric damage. Now he's to corrosive. There we go. Now he's on radiation damage. I need to bring up my arc gun again. Here we go. Awesome. Lay into him like that. And now we're back on the legs. That's one of his legs down. There's all four. Back on a body stage again. Jump in front of him. Lay into him like that. Okay, reload. Back to the pylon stage. Make sure to keep your third ability up if you're playing Chroma. So, there's one up behind me. Let's destroy that. Reload our arc gun. The arc gun is going to have a cooldown based on how much ammo you have left in it. So, make sure to not waste your ammo. There's also little pickups you can pick up, which is going to help with that cooldown. They're big, like, ammo cases. They stand out a lot. So, here we go. We're back to a shield phase now. So, toxin damage, I don't have that. So, we go on the operator, swap it up. So I need to bring up my Rubico now because he's got fire damage on. Oh. I can reload. So one thing you may want to consider bringing is Arcane Nullifier. Because those magnetic procs are kind of a pain in the ass. So he's got gas damage on him now. Laying into him with the Redeemer. Could swap it, but... just in case. Okay, so we're in cool damage. Need to bring up my arc gun again. But it's got a cooldown, so I gotta wait 20 seconds, which is a big unfortunate. So, got that last point of health back on. So hopefully I can bring out my arc gun before it swaps up. It's just a waiting game, honestly. There we go. He swapped the impact, which isn't too bad because my arc gun has that. Lay into him like so. Slash damage. Reload it. Magnetic damage, which is kind of a pain. Only have that on a Redeemer. So now we're on the limbs phase again. Gotta wait for my arc gun to cool down. You'll also notice that there is a timer. But because you're playing Chroma and you have the damage buff, it's not that big of a deal. So, realistically, you shouldn't be dying, especially if you have Magus Elevate. If you don't have Magus Elevate, use Vazarin. Vazarin helps out a lot with the healing and stuff. And also reviving your teammates if they happen to not be as good. I hate the Steam Overlay, how it covers my abilities, and I don't know what duration I have left. It's a big old sad. Hello, spider. Please no kill. Not ready? 2 seconds left. Okay. And no. So just back to the legs. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then you gotta jump in front of him. Damage him like that. And that's the Orb Mother dead. Easy peasy. Very easy boss fight. Do it solo. Get a bunch of stuff. Put away your arc gun. Jump into your Itzel. Get yourself some energy. Wait for the rewards to spawn in. You'll see them. They'll have markers. Hopefully. There they are. Get towards them. Press your third ability. And we just got charge something? What did it say? Charge bullets. So electricity. It's a 60% for Arcwing. That's actually really, really good because that's going to let us build more radiation damage on our arc gun, which is awesome. So, like I said, the Velocitus is going to allow you to one-shot the limbs. And whenever you do eventually kill Big Spider Boy, he's got to do a big old explosion, right? So if we stand here, we just scope in on him. The big light. And he's gonna eventually explode, so we'll just sit and watch it. You get the what's it called? The Charisma Toroids from here, which you're gonna need to rank up with Little Duck, right? And Little Duck sells new amp parts. The new meta for Eidolons is 227. I'll show the new amp setup whenever you go back to Fortuna. But there's the big explosion. Don't be near that. You can't even dodge that with your operator. I'm pretty sure someone told me on stream that's 6 million damage or something like that. So that's crazy. But yeah, let's go ahead and do a big old dash over the Fortuna. And go back in. So I was playing Madarai for that fight. You can use Madarai to build up Void Strike stacks, but because you're shooting so much, it doesn't really matter too much. Madarai just gives you more damage overall. Vazarin is a lot safer because of the healing. You've got that built-in healing with Vazarin and also more health on your operator and all that jazz. Instant revives, yada yada. Zedric for energy, Yanari for more armor, all that stuff. But, you know, it's really down to personal preference whenever it comes to operator stuff. I was using a 4/4 free amp. You got to be in your operator whenever talking to Little Duck. Trade in my Toroids. I'm going to trade in these ones. I can trade in 27. There we go. Cool. And then we can take a look at what she has to offer. So if we go to offerings, you can see that she sells new Arcanes, Surge, yada yada, Spike, Forge, Trojan. There's a bunch of stuff here which I'll be covering in beginner's guides this year. And then the new operator amps. What they look like is you want to be building this. You want to be building, is it that one? And is it Certus? I think it's Certus. This is the new meta amp, I believe, because it's got 30% critical chance, a crit multiplier of 1.6, status of 20, and then on your secondary fire, which is what you should be using, a 40% critical chance and a 2x crit multiplier. So for Eidolons, this is the new meta. This is what you should be going for. You can get the Squawk and the Straxon from, what's his name? Unko. And the Certus from Little Duck herself. So, yeah. There's also a few Arcanes on there that you might want. I'm pretty sure one that is kind of like an alternative to Elevate is on here somewhere. Let me see. Repair. Yeah, heal Warframe within 5 meters by 2% health per second. So, at max rank, that is within 20 meters by 10%, which is really, really cool. So, if you want to pick that up, that is there as well. So, yeah, these aren't actually blueprints either. Whenever you buy these, you have them, I'm pretty sure. But you can also get Baruch from here and a lot of the cosmetics too. So that is the Orb Mother fight. There's probably going to be more Orb Mother fights later on that we have to do here, such as the Exploiter and all that stuff. I'm kind of sad that that isn't in this update, but that is how you kill the Orb Mother, like the Orb Mother that we have right now. So yeah. It's an enjoyable fight. It's really easy, and it kind of allows you to play how you want to play, implying you're playing with a grip. In a grip, I'd recommend maybe having Volt, Chroma, Harrow, and Trinity, the exact same setup that you would use for Eidolons. Harrow's there for the immunity and the crit. Like, you can just build Harrow how you would normally build him. Trinity for Blessing, Volt for the Electric Shield and the buffing, and then Chroma for the buffing as well. So yeah, it's more or less the exact same grip, and it's a really, really easy fight. So other than that, guys, thank you guys for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, hit that like button below. Maybe even run 4 times Chroma in it. That's fine too. Hit the like button below and subscribe for more Warframe content. I'll see you guys in the next one.